What's up, y'all? Me, Big Dip here, and back with our new video. So we are back with Sword Friends. We are on chapter 6. So the last chapter we read where Mia brought her friends to the woods to the clearing to see if they can become Sword Friends too. And Lexi and Sia met the other animals. So now we're on chapter 6 where they're gonna be picking their sword animals. What's going on, Mia? Lexi said unconsciously. It's magic, Mia said in a voice as he looked around the clearing at the beautiful animals, all with sparkling indigo eyes. These animals come from another world, the Sword World. They're each looking for someone to be their sword friend. They'll teach that person how to do magic to make good things happen. She turned to Baskin in excitement. That right it is. He nodded. Me and my sword friend. He told Lexi and Sid. She said she thought he might both be sword friends too. And she was right. I'd love to be a sword friend, Sid gasped, her eyes as wide as saucers. Well, is this Sorwood? Can we go to it? Asked Lexi angrily. No, I'm afraid not, said Bracken. Only saw animals can travel between the woods. But you say we can learn to do magic here, said Sia. Bracken nodded. What kind of magic? Lexi asked. That would depend on your own natural abilities, said Baskin. But first you need to find out which of us is your soul animal. Do we choose or do they? Said Lexi, looking around at all the animals. It can be either way, said Baskin, but we both have to feel it in your hearts. To Mia's surprise, Sia suddenly started walking toward the deer. Hello, she whispered, holding out her hand. I don't know how I know this, but I think I'm meant to be your soul friend. The deer sniffed at her hand. She wasn't tall. Her head was only just higher than Sid's hip, and her eyes were huge, fingered with curling lashes. I think you're right, she said. I feel like I know you already. My name. I know you already. My name is Willa. I'm serious, Sid. Put a hand on Willa's neck, and Willie saw it happening. Me glanced at Lexi. Lexi was looking at the rest of the animals. The badger, the mouse, the wildcat, the feral hawk, the otter, and the shark. You're all so beautiful, she whispered. The shark swam across the clearing, showing her. But I'm the one you should choose. I just know I am. He stood up on his hind legs and stared at her with his small, bright eyes. I'm Jupiter. What's your name? Lexi, Lexi said. Jupiter leaped onto the tree trunk beside her, then onto a bunch and hung upside down. Lexi giggled. I can do that too. She did a handstand and looked back at him. Jupiter made a chatting sound as if he were laughing. You're supposed to be my soul friend. As Lexi turned the right way, Jupiter leaped from the branch and landed on her shoulder. A smile spread across Lexi's face as she touched his soft red fur. Yes, you're right, she declared, back in lip. The rest of us must keep looking for our soul friends, said the bagger rather sadly. Come, we should move on. The animals headed into the trees. The otter paused and looked back at the wildcat, who was still standing there. Sorrow, are you coming? The cat yawned, showing sharp white teeth. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. I decide for myself. Bracken always Bracken made a grumbling noise in his throat as always. Millie glanced at him now. He was looking at the cat with dislike. The cat saw it shook her paws daintily, and then stalked into a tree in the optical direction of the other animals. These things kind of prickly, Millie whispered to Baskin. The fox nodded. She is. I'm glad neither of your friends choose her to be their saw animals. Millie turned to look at Lex and Sid. Sid was petting Willow, and they were speaking softly to each other. Lexi was sitting cross-legged, giggling as Jupiter ran up one arm behind her head and down the other. Mia felt a burst of happiness. They were all soul friends. Can we start learning to do magic now? She asked. Baskin leaped into her arms. You can, but first I think we need to tell your friends more about where we'll come from. Mia, C, and Lexi sat close together while Baskin, Jupiter, and Willow as praying about the Starwood. Jupiter sat on Lexi's lap. Willow lay beside Sid, her thinner leg folded underneath her, and Mia sat with her arm around Baskin, petting his thick fur. So what's the Starwood like? Asked Lexi. Beautiful, says Jupiter. Everything shines and sparkles. It must have been really hard to leave, said Sid. It was, said Willow, but we wanted to come here to help. Humans need people in their communities who knows how to use magic to do good. People who can solve problems, stop arguments, take care of the environment, and heal things and people. And we were told we were particularly needed here in this era, said Baskin. Why, said Lexi, the older animals in the Star Wars thinks someone might be using dark magic nearby, said Baskin. Dark magic, echoed Sid. What's that? Will I flicker anxiety? Dark magic is the opposite of soul magic. It comes from the ground and it is magic that can be used to hurt people and make them unhappy. If someone uses dark magic near here, they must be stopped. Will stopping them be dangerous, Lexi breathed. Jupiter nodded yes, but we'll have each other. He rubbed her hair with his little paws. Mia felt a mixture of excitement and nerves bubbling up inside her. Stopping someone from doing dark magic sounds scary but chilling too. When can we start learning to do magic ourselves? Baskin jumped up right now. The sooner the better, said Jupiter, examining after Baskin. Oh yes, said Willow, her dark eyes shining as she stood up. We need to find out what your magic abilities are. Everyone is different. What do we have to do for me? Asked Egley. Sword magic is all around you. It's frozen and cunning like a sheen from the Star Wars to the human world. You just need to open yourself up to it, said Baskin. How, said Lexi. Have any of you ever had times when you felt completely lost in a moment, Willis said? I have, said Sid. Sometimes when I lie on the heather up on the cliff top with the sun on my face, everything else in the world just seems to fade away. That's happened to me too, said Mia. Remembering times when still been lying on the beach or sitting in the kitchen watching the waterfall, and me when I've been floating in the water, said Lexi, or sometimes when I'm playing a piece of music I really love. I feel like I get lost in it. Jupiter waved his tail. That's exactly the feeling you need to find out exists in the moment. Open your hearts and the soul magic will flood in. Don't try and make it happen. Just let it happen, advised Willow. if you think about it too much, I don't think it will work. Me and look around at the others. Come on, let's try it. This is the end of chapter 6. I hope y'all enjoyed this chapter. If y'all haven't watched my other chapters of this book, y'all can always go check out Saw Friends. So anyway, bye y'all. See y'all in my next video.